Hello, my wonderful friends, and it's time again for another story. A fantastical story submitted to me by Reddit user Cuboid Boy. This is Cuboid, the White Ghost in China. Hey, Uncle Moonhorse. Hello. And the Celestial Herd. Long time no speak. Sorry about that. I am happy to say that everyone I know has been happy, healthy, and I'm now an uncle. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. For some fun news, the Baron from my last tale has been asking FIFA about me and apparently has no idea why I stopped being his friend, and apparently has no one but his little gnome and FIFA for friends. I feel sorry for him, but that betrayed trust is a deep cut, and I'd rather stay away from him for my own sake. Totally understandable. So as for the tale I have for you, it's more of an adventure of many trials, stupid moments, and just bizarre events along the way, with a sneaky neckbeard that had a guest appearance in my year and a half of this bumpy knockoff Space Mountain ride that I like to call China. Oh boy. As for the characters in this tale, there were many, and only one other person was really along for the ride from day one with me. A Michigan boy called Blondie, obviously not his real name. Myself and Blondie both had different experiences and different reactions from the locals, and I feel that would be interesting to add to this story. I'll refer to myself as Cuboid in this tale. I'll refer to Blondie as Blondie. For the recap, I'm 5'9", average build, later getting the dad bod. Kinda pale, dark black hair, dark green eyes. Will have importance later. Blondie, on the other hand, is 6'2", and he didn't slouch, has an athletic build similar to those of swimmers, is slightly tanned, dirty blonde hair, sharp blue eyes, also important for later. I guess the best place to start is at the start. I had just returned to Ireland from a year away at my older sister's wedding. I contracted a teaching job in China using the certificate in TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. I had to borrow cash and managed to use the last of it to get to my flight and visa. 28 hours, and I will be the furthest from home, family, and friends I have ever been. I luckily was asleep for most of it and landed in Hong Kong, and that's when China gave me the first day to rival the shit show I called my first day in Budapest. When we landed, the plane was a mess, had been thrown around in the winds, and we were informed of the pilot there was a huge typhoon in the bay. Through skill and engine power, we landed and got to the terminal to encounter problem 1. The ferry that would be my last hour trip before I was in the safe hands of my new coworkers that spoke English was cancelled. The typhoon was too vicious and fears of capsizing were really high. The Hong Kong bridge hadn't been finished, and even if it was, buses would have been thrown right off of it in the storm. Then, problem 2. No one spoke English, and the small amounts of Mandarin I learned were useless because Hong Kong uses Cantonese. I managed to find out that I'd have to take a bus around the bay with multiple connections. The staff managed to find a family that lived in the same city that I needed to get to and told me, follow him, he lives in the city. I thanked my Irish luck and followed this nice man and his family as they unnecessarily guided me to the city and wished me luck, and all it cost me was about $7. I quickly realized while standing in the street in a typhoon that I needed food and Wi-Fi to contact my coworkers. Then Dionysus gave me a gluttonous gift. A McDonald's. I rushed in, ordered a drink and a chicken cutlet, and was gifted a drink upgrade because I was a foreign boy, and later discovered it was because they have a raging hard-on for people being pale as fuck. Therefore, I discovered my Irish skin was going to get me noticed anywhere I went, whether I wanted it or not. I ended up having to steal Wi-Fi from a hotel across the street since McDonald's didn't have Wi-Fi, and I was rescued and sent to my new apartment, a barren wasteland with a bare bed, wardrobe, fridge, and presses. End of day 1. The next day, I was brought to my new campus and met Blondie along with Carr, my new assistant teacher. Blondie had turned 18 the week before and ended up in China for an adventure and a chance to earn some good cash and grow as a person. He grew to be a great man and is now a translator and teacher living in Mexico and living his best life. He would suffer China's xenophobia before he'd get all that. Carr, on the other hand, is a 5'5" Taiwanese girl who had lived in the States for about a year and would be another friend of our Chinese Wild West adventure. She's still living her best life despite being underpaid as fucked. She joined our company to gain expertise so she could start up a school in Taiwan for teaching English. For our first 3 months, Blondie and I would furnish our apartment, struggle to live, and attempt to get used to foreign life. I adjusted quickly, as I had been nomadic for years, but Blondie liked to be kept to himself and to get comfortable with all of that. I used tactics of seem unapproachable to survive, and any glances were met with my resting bastard face. Blondie went with, I'm open to talk and learn, and was refused service at restaurants, sprayed with car cleaning fluid, and stalked by many a husband hunter. Oh boy. Eventually, we integrated into the foreign community and got into a happy place, a local English bar. We were a mix of English, Russian, Serbian, American, Aussies, Kiwis, and some locals that weaved into this community. Our main hobbies? Getting loaded as fuck on days when we didn't have to work. Culture and mixing with my Chinese coworkers was quite fascinating, as there were unique differences, and I honestly enjoyed the immersion. I got along famously with Carr, my campus manager. He was a buff man of small stature, very jolly and social. I liked him, and I was happy to talk to him, but one day, he made my night. Cuboid, do you, like to drink? Baiju? I'm Irish, so yeah, we drink a lot. Will you come drink with me? Oh, I don't know, I don't have a lot of cash. Oh, no, don't worry. I asked, so I pay. It's culture. Well, how can I say no to that? So we went to a cool bar. There were these walls of fridges, and you buy whatever you like and drink on the premises. I convinced him to try Jaeger bombs and drank him far, far under the table. I'm pretty sure he was in Australia by the time I was done with him. He then tried to drunk drive. I tried to drunk stop him, and we went to drop one of the girls home. Well, fuck. But I am there illegally, so I can't do shit. Oh, I forgot. I found out a week after I got there that I was on the wrong visa and was illegally working there, so I had to go as far under the radar as I could and do monthly trips across the border to reset the visa's ticking time bomb of a time limit. Oh, fun. But back to the manager. So the girl he went to drop home reappeared about 30 minutes after they had left together. Apparently, as soon as he sat down in the car, he passed out. So she sat there for 30 minutes, unable to wake him. The girl and I carried him home since he lived behind the bar and walked home. First of many drunk strolls home. Carr also invited me to hang out during the Mooncake Festival since I was there alone and her family was over from Taiwan and she wanted me to meet him. Interesting fact, Carr and manager actually started to date during my last few months of work, and as far as I know, they're still together. So I got picked up by Carr. I soon realized she was from a wealthy family as a Bentley rolled up and she called out from the back for me to enter. She has a personal driver and we're going to a restaurant where her father had rented out a whole pier for his family and the one Loai his daughter worked with. Loai actually means foreigner but can translate to white ghost and is used in more of an offensive way to say foreigner. I did my best to be polite and I was asked to drink with the uncles and Carr's dad. Now, this would have normally been fine, but I had learned a specific word for cheers. I learned the wrong word. Instead of cheers, I learned down it. Cheers, but for shots. Oh shit, EXE has begun. Uh-oh! So I knew about the cup height cheers thing in Japan and decided I'll also follow that rule, but somewhere got lost in translation. Carl's uncle, dad, and driver decided to follow the amount the Loai drank. And I downed drink after drink, wondering why you had to drink the whole thing as I watched them for a cue to stop. After about beer 11, Carr's mother turned to me after Carr's dad had been pointing to the glass and saying something. He's saying only drink half next time. That's fine. Actually, can you tell him it's just a small bit next time? Do you know what you were saying? Gonbei? It's cheers, right? Yes, but it means dry cup, so you have to drink it all. Use the other word. Oh no. I felt stupid for my mistake, and I swore I'd make manager super drunk again for that mistake. Everyone laughed it off. Her dad offered very drunkenly to let me form a school with his daughter. The driver wanted to take me clubbing, and I kept my promise and fucked him up with Jack Daniels and had good night. This is getting longer than I thought, so I'll make another part of this tale another day. This is only my first few months out of my 1.5 years in China. For Moonhorse, I'm happy to add to this post that it was while I lived in China when I discovered your channel and binged your neckbeard playlist of 200 videos in one weekend. I have 200 videos about neckbeards? Oh my god, I didn't even realize I did. and have been happy to be in your herd ever since. Well, I'm very glad that you're here, and you're really awesome, dude. This is a hell of a story. I hope you have a glorious 2021, and I'm all down to let you or any YouTuber put this in a video. Cough, cough, Red X. Yeah, dude. You heard him. You better do it. Lastly, you inspired me to start my own streaming, and I hope to have a loving community like yours, too. Well, that's awesome, dude. I'm so glad you are. Warm hugs, Cuboid, aka Lapa the Bear. Well, that is one hell of a story. I honestly did not think I would get a story like this of someone just traveling the world like that. That is really fucking cool, dude. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing it. I would love to be able to do stuff like that. Maybe someday. Not anytime soon. I still have a bunch of stuff here that I need to get taken care of. But when it comes to streaming and all this other stuff, first off, I'm glad you decided to try it. I feel like, you know, I follow the Kevin Smith rule of anything when it comes to this kind of stuff. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Like, you know, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but it does take a lot of, like, really putting in stuff and really putting out effort. And I feel like if you have the drive for it, you could totally pull it off. I feel like that's 100% a thing that you're really good at. I mean, you know, we literally have multiple channels on this platform of people just playing video games and talking while playing video games, and they have like thousands of subscribers. So yeah, no, I feel like it's totally a thing. I think you can do it, and you know, I wish you the best of luck, my friend, and thank you again for sharing this story. I honestly look forward to hearing about the rest. This is really cool. So thanks so much to you, and thanks to all of you for being here. I love you guys so very much. If you would please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I have a Ko-Fi and a merch store. I'm still trying to figure out some goals to put on that Ko-Fi, but if you would like to donate to me and keep this channel going, I would greatly appreciate it. After that, I have a subreddit, r/Moonhorse Stories, if you need to send me a story, or if you just want to, or if you just want to send me anything. You can send it there, and I will absolutely check it out. I check it every night. So, with all that, I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.